Boruto's new sword is utterly busted, making him stronger than before, even displaying his karma again for the first time since the time skip started.
That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Boruto saves the day! With his new sword and power, Boruto one-shots the clone into pieces in this sick-ass panel, which was fire!
Yes! Yes! Yes!
We witnessed Boruto pay Sumire a visit to retrieve his upgraded sword. It's powered up more than ever. Sumire explains that the blade has all its strength and cutting ability maxed out now. However, the blade will now automatically maintain his Uchiha blade jutsu, coating it with chakra and electricity. Now, thanks to getting the blueprint from the future on how to create such an amazing technology, the sword is now registered to Boruto, Sasuke, and Sumire's chakra signal. Once they hold it, it will automatically take only a small amount of chakra to maintain their jutsu. But there's also a crazy defensive mechanism built in. If Jura or any opponent tries to use the sword against Boruto, it will massively and constantly drain their chakra to zero, just like the old prototype did back in chapter 18. This could be used as a fantastic strategy to dupe opponents like Jura or dumb down opponents like Mamushi's clone. Remember that in chapter 27, the more clones he produces, the more stupid he will become. That means although they think they have an advantage, they will only slowly die. However, the upgrades just don't end, people. Sumire claims that the sword has been created with a special material, which will only be revealed later on. Now, through speculation, we can say it might be material from a god tree. Then enemies like Jura or Hidari, who are Shinju born from God Tree, they would be weak to it, or it would drain their chakra faster because they are made from the same source, causing interference in their existence. And now things go from bad to worse immediately. Instead of arriving in a few days, Mamushi arrives the same day. Ada gets scared shitting bricks, but Demon claims that he will protect her no matter what. But we know that can't be the case because the future that was shown to Kashin Koji in this chapter, somehow Mamushi has a way of making her die for sure and making her into a tree. That means Damon could fail despite being the strongest. This could be because when Mamushi divides and dumbs down, he is unable to emit bad intentions towards Demon. Hence, his reflection ability wouldn't work. Mamushi then arrives speaking to locals about their whereabouts of Ada because he's a #1 fan. He's subscribed to the OnlyFans, right? And he wants to devour her. But guess what? They don't know a thing. Boruto then uses flying Raijin to teleport to their vicinity. He's placed various marked objects all across the village already. He swiftly flies there to help. All of them must support Boruto to win this battle and save Ada's life. But in the meanwhile, another clone of Mamushi appears, ordering the other to kill the civilians if they don't know anything. Now, just about when they're gonna question the guy and his ugly mug, why do you have only 3 toes? You look like a freezer-looking alien, and they're about to lose their lives. Guess what? Boruto saves the day! With his new sword and power, Boruto one-shots the clone into pieces in this sick-ass panel, which was fire! Mamushi didn't even know what hit him, as Boruto was moving way too fast, and the stupid civilians, they instantly recognize him. He tells them to escape, but instead of listening, they want to witness peak fiction. A swarm of Mamushi clones appear, all scaling to Atsuki level of power, mind you. So think about the power scaling here and how busted Boruto has become. Now, they barrage Boruto in an onslaught, and as the NPCs run away, they immediately state they will inform the police and village that their #1 traitor Boruto has arrived. So, okay, let me get this straight. They literally heard Mamushi tell his clone to kill them straight up in cold blood. He looks like a freezer-ass looking alien. They even questioned that, bruh, you look weird. And instead of focusing on that, they dumb down to only what they know. Boruto is bad. Come on! Where are your priorities? Like, no wonder the world is cooked and Boruto is fed up and cold as ever. He knows there's no point trying to convince the world of his innocence through word of mouth. Like, he's mentioned this in previous chapters. That's because it will only result in more politics and danger, even a potential civil war. Remember when Kawaki asked him, why haven't you told everyone the truth? And he was like, what's the point? People are dumb. Now, whilst the NPCs escape, Boruto is slicing and dicing his way out of trouble. But due to the sheer numbers, they get the better of him, kicking him into a wall. They then unleash a fire jutsu in sync so huge that it can burn down the village. As a result, Boruto resorts to using his karma for the first time to absorb it all, claiming that he's not used to the weird itchy feeling when using it. This is the first time he's unleashed this power after years. And given that he made a deal with Momoshiki to take over his body if things go wrong, like only a few chapters ago, this only spells trouble. Now with that, the most strategic fight of Boruto begins, as this is only the start. We might even get to see the pure eye, as that too could be the perfect counter to Mamushi. Now to enjoy more peak fiction, watch this video on your screen right now.